Welcome back to Skull Sunday, me monthly check-in with my online parole officers. It's January 2026, and we're playing GTA 5 as Skips. I think he was a Yeti from Regular Show. I contemplated only moving by jumping throughout this video, so it was like he was skipping everywhere, but I quickly abandoned that idea, so we're just going to cause some general havoc and then respawn because we're immortal. This month we've had some class videos come out, dude. Knockoff Batman villains gave me a new appreciation for Catman. Blizzard showing us that once again, Iron Man villains are just badly handled. Marvel vs Magneto was a ton of fun because he's so cool. More weird Daredevil villains showing off how DD baddies can be cool as hell even if they're not Fisk and Bullseye. And then lastly we did Spider-Man villain showdowns, all about times when Spidey baddies threw down with other Spidey baddies. We also did a request for Devil Slayer, a character I'd never even heard of before reading his story, and then he battled a demon army, mate. He ended up being pretty cool. This month, dude, I watched every single X-Men movie from the first one all the way up to Apocalypse, and I had a great time with all of them. X2 and Days of Future Past are far and away my favourites, but overall, my favourite character was Magneto, and he's in all of them, so every movie was worth watching. My other favourite character, Nightcrawler, was so sick in 2, dude. What an introduction. Colossus got the short end of the films though, didn't he? He says 2 lines in the whole trilogy, and one is just him saying the name Mystique. After Nightcrawler and Wolverine, Colossus is like one of the coolest X-Men, so I don't know why they give him nothing to do. If you're gonna rewatch them, I would say just do from X1 up until Days, and if you can, do the Rogue cut of Days of Future Past. It makes the experience way better, because it like bookends the first one with Rogue and Logan. Ah, dude, Rogue and Logan, that's funny to say. Well, it was nowhere near the ones that come before it. Apocalypse wasn't too bad either, you know, it was a fun action movie. I didn't dare watch Dark Phoenix though, and I'm mentally preparing myself to watch Logan. You can't just dive into Logan. I've got to like put my affairs in order before I watch it. Because I haven't yet shut up about X-Men, for our first little song, let's have the cool fighting theme from the X-Men Origins Wolverine game. I've been absolutely smashing through video games this month, me. My job's got a shit ton of online learning courses I have to sit through, so I usually put it on in the background and play through the PS4 Spider-Man game. I'm now up to the big prison break where the villains I actually care about finally appear. Did you know that that is 75% of the full game? I've been doing side activities as they become available, and as of the Raft breakout, I am 75% done. 75%? That's a lot of game for only fighting Mr. Negative, Shocker and Tombstone. Oh, and Screwball, can't forget her. Also, I bought Marvel Ultimate Alliance on the PS2 and I dropped 50 quid on an old telly and cash converter to play it on. My god, what a game! I've just done the Omega base mission, but I want to hear all the dialogue, so I'm swapping my team around all the time. I'm trying to wring every last inch of fun out of this game, dude. And once I've completed MUA, I'm defo buying X-Men Legends 2 Rise of Apocalypse next. I had that on PSP when I was little, and it's an absolute banger. I love the whole aesthetic of Age of Apocalypse it's got going, mate, and the Brotherhood teaming up with the X-Men is always some badass shit. Reading wise, I've been going through loads of X Factor alongside X-Men. I think they're finally about to get to the Madeline Pryor Jean Grey stuff now that Cyclops knows his son's out there somewhere. But what a slow burn that was, Jesus Christ. Since rewatching them films, I've been on a bit of a mad X-Men kick. I've blown through the animated series, I'm up to like season 4, read a ton of the comics, 2 of next month's videos are mutant-centric, and as I said, I'm going to buy them games. It is pretty cool. And I've also started rereading the Dragon Ball collections I've got. Ages ago I bought a ton of them 3-in-1 collections and they've held up pretty well considering. Currently I own From the Nappa Fight all the way up to Kid Buu, but I'm gonna have to complete that collection pretty soon, dude. Need that entire story on my shelf for future generations. And where I'm up to, Vegeta's about to square up to Raccoon of the Ginyu Force, mate. He's got no chance. Know what? Let's have a Dragon Ball song. This is Goku's Gift from Budokai 1, the soundtrack that was 90% stolen songs, but they were all so cool, dude. There's some bad news for you. I've just seen some pages from an upcoming Spider-Man story where he teams up with Venom, who's currently Mary Jane. It's already looking bad. It looks like MJ spends the story just looking annoyed at Peter for whatever reason. But the main thing I'm dreading is the new symbiote villain whose name I've forgotten already seems to be wearing Shocker gloves, but there's no way that it's Shocker. And they've just released this page of Shocker, Herman, my man, getting his arm friggin' sliced. Was it not enough that they've portrayed Shocker as a loser for the last 20 years? They've got to kill him off too. Don't even know what the hell's going on in Amazing Spider-Man currently. I check in now and then, but I haven't really followed it in a fair bit. Norman is still Spider-Man and Peter's still in space as of this recording. Joe Kelly's run has not really kept me interested, dude. I was okay with his Hobgoblin arc at the start, even though it wasn't really a Hobgoblin plot, was it? But since the big God of War fella came in and battered Spidey, I've not really cared. Right, I'm gonna wrap this up so we can go and play some more Ultimate Alliance. So, for the last tune, let's have one from that game. I use this one all the time in Iron Man videos. This is Wrenchworks from the Omega Base. Coming up, we've got a channel member request, and then we've got another versus for this week. I won't spoil who it is, but he's a proper bastard, mate. Absolutely despicable. But let's see how nasty he gets when Daredevil's done with him. Have a boss month, and don't forget about Valentine's Day.